Okay, let's send a couple of Kerbals to the moon. Oh, Subnautica. I put an obscene amount of time into Subnautica. I'm thinking of games that are at least relatively recent. Let's send some Kerbals to the moon. That's what we're going to do. So this poll is done. The moon has won. And we're going thermal. There we go. Heat shield on the bottom of that. And the TD18 decoupler. It's the 1.875 meter decoupler. Okay. And what do I got for a service bay? Do I have... Oh, there is this guy. It's 150 kilograms. So that's not so bad. How big is this? I'm just thinking of what to... Does this open? Oh, it's got a shroud on. Oh, it's like that. Okay. Let me consider this. I'll consider that. I'm just thinking something to stick in science-y stuff, but it's going to be pretty hard to stick. Did I really not get the... Oh, I do have the science, that thing too. Okay. The heck with this. Let's, here. Go back to here, get this guy. We're going to go down to a 2.5 meter size. Just like that. We'll stick all our science in the inside here. Now, a lot of this I've already collected, but... you know, I've done materials bay about the moon. I've done the goo around the moon. Where am I at? Science, that's what I'm thinking about. See, I can't talk at the same time, but there'll be a little bit more to get. I am going to get, while I'm thinking about it, the cargo tab here. I want... Oh no, there are cargo slots here. Oh, you gotta hit the cargo tab here, silly Billy. Okay, so I do want this experiments kit. This is surface science stuff. We won't do that yet, but that will be some science, new science. That might be my only new science. I believe it is. Get rid of that flag again. There we go. Okay, so what am I thinking about for this thing? This thing's got to go in the moon, got to come back. I got to get my calculator out. I should really get a Delta V map in front of me, but I do have 280, I believe, for a moon capture, times 2 for the part to come back. Plus the ejection out to the moon, I think, is 860. You can tell I've done this a few times before. So that's 1420. Add about 1,000 to do the upper part of the orbital insertion. And I am looking at... Is there anything I need to do about... Oh, I also have the space around the moon. There we go. There's our 2 contracts. I'm just making sure there's nothing that's hiding. No fine print. Nope. Okay. So... What'd I say? Yeah, about 2,400 meters per second. I want to build a vehicle that can do that. Let's scale back out. See how this works. I'm in a 1.875 meter mood. That. Now, ooh, engines. Oh my gosh, just a terrier. Put that on vacuum. That's the ballpark I'm looking for. Do I have a TWR that's decent? Yeah, it's a little bit. Might be getting into some engine plates. I saw those. Where are the engine plates? I saw them. I know. I'm pretty sure I saw engine plates. Am I just crazy? Maybe I am. I can always fake engine plates too. I could have sworn I saw... There they are! Where do they keep the engine plates hidden? Oh, whatever. That's the small one. Do I have a 1.8? That's what I'm looking for. Yes. So let's get back to engines. Yeah, I don't know, wherever. What if I put in... Okay, let's reconfigure this engine plate. Oh, that's just the length. Oh, what am I... My brain, I think, is going to mush. I'm thinking this has multiple nodes on it, but it doesn't. Okay, fine. Well, I can probably get away with this. Why are you being so difficult? There we go. That's all I'm trying to do. Is that hard? That's not hard, is it? Okay, let's try that. That's got to come first. So that's 2230. I've already forgotten the number I'm shooting for. About 2400, but not enough thrust to weight. What about 2 Terriers then? And then just more. Oh my god. Okay, and then more fuel. This is going to be a little bigger than probably what's necessary, but that's okay. 24, there we go. And thrust to weight, 1.9. That's pretty cool. I like that. Okay, Terriers, let's position. Snap on. Snap on. Boy, it really doesn't want to do it if I put the snap on. It really wants to. There's we go. And then we'll move this so it's a little bigger. Am I doing this completely wrong? Why do I always get this? I don't know why I find engine plates confusing. We're going to test this just to make sure I'm not being a complete doofus McDoofus. Okay, now if I should put a 1 point... Yes, that's the way this is supposed to work. Right? I think so. That should be in with that. That goes with that. 2470, thrust to weight is perfect. Okay. Alright, so now what I want to do is throw that away. Get a couple of bigger engines. See if I can... Oh, but I don't have anything large. What am I even thinking about? I'm making my life way too hard. There we go. That. I don't have... What's my science situation? It's not good. Okay. Never mind. Don't worry about me. Okay, get a Reliant under there. It's not going to be enough. What I'm missing are some of the bigger launch engines. I should have grabbed some when I don't think I have the science. Let's just say this is a moon orbiter, but so what do I got for science? 57 science. I don't think that's good enough. No, it's 90 for heavy rocketry. This is what I should have gone in there. Okay, never mind. We'll make it work though. Okay, what's happening on the bottom here now? So I'm looking for, again, getting out my calculator. Yeah, about 5,000. Okay, so really building kind of a poor man's booster here. It's kind of like the idea. Not sure how smart this is. And the first, I'm not sure. Sorry, you forgot to add a 0.625 section. I'm not sure. Not sure what that's in reference to, John. I'm realizing that I'm really making a dumb thing here. Oh, wait. Oh, all this has to go at the same time, you dork. There we go. Keeps wanting to separate those two. Oh, that's... Okay. I know what will be my friend. Grab this. Is it pretty obvious I have no plan here? Should have kept that. There we go. That's kind of more... It's an ugly thing. Oh, I see, John. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'm thinking... Well, it's a homely beast, but I'm thinking this might work. It's not quite got enough. Actually, I think... Throw these away. Throw these away. Let's try and do this. I might go to the swivels just for some. There. I'm getting into the correct total delta V range. And I still have a healthy TWR at the bottom. I might switch this over to the swivels, even though they got less thrust. But I don't think I need this thrust, but I want to have that. Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, there's a lot going on. We'll see what happens. This is a definite see what happens type of thing. Let's sneak some reaction wheels into here. I'm just gonna roll. I don't know why it bugs me the way it is. That way. That shouldn't bug me, but it does. And I don't know. I think this is looking kind of all right. I might put some big fins on the bottom. I'm not sure it needs those. Let's try these ones. It's got the swivels. All right. Let's give it. What do we got here? I don't have any electricity. I don't have any. Yeah, that's kind of silly. So what I think I shall do is the same trick as before. The payload in here. Open that up. Some batteries in there. Some solar in there. Struts at the bottom for sure. Yes, I see that, Mark. That was always going to be part of the plan. I'm just sort of just getting the general shape of things up, and then yeah, we will be strutting that bottom up. Because he's referring to, whoops, let's put this back together. Mark is referring to, these are connected, these three here are connected well at this end, but they are really not connected at the bottom, and they will flop all over the place. So you need to grab some struts. Let's do it now while we're thinking about it. Just on three-way symmetry, just across like that'll do the trick. That's all you need to do. Okay, what was I doing up here? I was looking at solar. And I got distracted. Like so. Like so. Okay. All right, I'm a little worried about this connect. You know what? Let's get some struts in there too. I don't know. Sometimes I find when you have narrow waist rockets, the game just seems to be mean to you. So I'm just gonna put in some arbitrary struts down there. Get these looking a little better down here. Delta V is still fine. Okay, don't need RCS. Engine should be good. I'm just gonna check over. It's only 2 stages. Oh, I gotta turn down. Oh, the launch thrust to weight is on the low side. Shoot. Shoot. Okay, I could just put some SRBs down here on the bottom. That might, whoops, that's not what I meant to do. I'm gonna shrink this down. Launch thrust to weight's a little low. It was only like 1.24. Okay, this is all bungled up right now, but we'll worry about that in a bit. So what I think I might just do This is not going to be pretty. 2 point. Okay, so this is going to be a mid-stage engine. Struts here. Here, let's put this back to the Reliance again. And then I need a little more Delta V. And I might just... This might look terrible, but I don't care. I might go to some of these. Three-way symmetry. Just some hammers. Wow, that is not... That does not add a lot. Maybe a little stepper up to the thumpers, maybe? Ooh, that feels... Alright. Because I'm looking at the stream and I'm kind of like, rather than playing with something pretty, just go with my dumb design and just try and force it to work. It's kind of like what I'm thinking. Lots of Delta V. Just grabbing these, and I'm gonna... No, actually a little... Not quite as low as that. That. Grab these. Oh, shoot. Man. Try that again. Slide these down. Grab the decoupler. Move them up. Snap on. So. Yeah! Yeah! Cross-feed the boosters. Meh. No, these boosters don't need to be... Not inside there. They're all going at the same time. If these weren't SRBs, I'm just gonna... I'm gonna go for it. I'm just gonna launch... Let's launch. I'm in a launchy mood. We'll do some more strutting. Across the bottom here, because this looks a little... Whoops. A little sketchy down there. Delta V is fine. What I may just do... I got a cunning... No. I know. Here. Put these back. No, back where you were. There. Okay, let's turn these... Oh, they're not that. Don't have to get turned down too much. Good. Okay. But I might put these on here and just put them on a very low thrust. Oh, these are Reliance, not swivels. Okay, forget it then. All right. This might be a beast. Let's launch and see what happens. Let's launch and see what happens. Now, sorry, Bill. I'm sorry, Bill. We're going to stick with our scientist. But we're going to go with Val. Val has yet to even be in an orbit. Bill's getting the short end of the stick again. Let's see what happens with this ugly thing. It's already wobbling. It's just the wind, everybody. It's just the wind. I didn't put lights on it or anything. This stands a very good chance of not going well. Okay, let's see what happens. I didn't even put launch clamps. This feels like it should have a higher thrust to weight ratio. Just feels like... Doesn't feel good. Doesn't feel good. It's an ugly thing. Should have built a smaller orbiter, stayed in the whole 1.25 range all the way down. But I wanted to get into 1.875 meter parts. And it looks dumb. It looks dumb. Okay, we're about to lose those SR. I'm deliberately kind of going steep. Now let's start pitching over a little bit. I'm going steep on purpose only because I don't trust the stability of this thing. Let's get back on 90-degree heading. Okay, let's reduce throttle. My apoapsis is up plenty high. This, I probably aired a little bit too much on the steep side. Now that I'm looking at it. How much material science is left in here? 4.9 science. Bob will get that in a bit. Yeah, this is not efficient. Not. So if you have something you're worried about, just go steeper. The general rule of thumb, but okay. I'm almost at 81 kilometers on the apoapsis, so we'll just let this thing go up. We'll see. We'll see how much we got left once this thing is in orbit. What did I say? 280 doubled is 560 plus 860. Oh boy. So that's 1420. I think that sounds familiar. If I have about 1420, hopefully a little more, that should be close to it. Okay, so this time, unlike my relatively efficient launch last time, this is a terrible launch. My periapsis is still very close to Kerbin's core. Negative 580. So I'm gonna be starting this burn, putting it right on the horizon, starting this burn quite early. And yeah, let's go. About 30 seconds away. I'm watching that time to apoapsis. I don't want it to get to 0. But I got a lot. I might have to pitch up a little bit because I'm worried I'm going to get close to 0. I got a lot of periapsis to bring up. Oh, and we're about to lose that stage. Oh, good. That worked. I was worried about how the engine plate was going to work, but it worked fine. Okay. But now I got very little thrust on those 2 pairs of terriers. Push down a bit. Up a bit. Again, I'm really watching that time to apoapsis. I pitch up if I feel like it's ticking down too quick. I don't want it to get to 0. Periapsis is still at, well, just crossed negative 300, so still got a lot of periapsis to be adding. I think I'm doing all right. Okay, let's reduce throttle here. Probably just keep it getting close now. Don't have the lock to prograde yet, Val. Come on. That's part of why we're bringing you along. Okay. Apoapsis is getting away from me, so I just cut throttle there for a little bit. Let this get back down to 0, and we'll just... I still got a lot of fuel. Lots of fuel. Lots of fuel. Alright. Close enough. Open these doors. Expose our solar panels. Oh, our solar panels got a little bit junked up. Oh, I think I had them on. They look fine on this side, but on this side, that's not good. I think I had them on 3-way symmetry while I was putting those all on. So we'll do our non-janky ones. Expose those. Okay. Let's for those people that were picking the specific orbit, now you can see our specific orbit, but that's not where we're going. We're going to the moon, gosh darn it. I got lots of delta V, so this shouldn't be an issue. So it's about 860 to get out there. So I like to put it at about 855 and then just focus my view on the moon and just start tweaking down at this end. So putting it on the maneuver, putting it on this guy, adjusting the timing. There we go. And I want to come around on the prograde side of the moon this time, because we're going to... normally that's what you do. Take some retrograde off here. I can step up this timing a bit. Get the periapsis as far to the right on the screen as I can. About there. And then you can pull up back on the retrograde. Save yourself a little bit on the burn. Okay. Gonna go for about a 12-kilometer orbit, I say. Why not? Yeah, there's probably a lot of things wrong with this rocket. Okay, I do have a goo I can do here. When's the burn coming up? 5 minutes. 0.5 science. Come on, Bob. Oh, you know what I do have? Oh my gosh. Golly, gilly, golly. I have the EVA experiment kit. Let's collect this and restore it. Let's get over and get that goo. Restore that. And let's go into our cargo tab. Move this out of the way. And let's grab this, give it to Bob. When you do this, just make sure you don't take away his EVA pack. That's the only thing. And now I can close that. And now Bob has this. I love this experiment. This is fun. Oh, shoot. I meant to look that way. Turn around there. Oh, okay. There we go. So it says perform EVA science. So Bob's going to do us a 0G EVA experiment. A demonstration of what's called the intermediate axis theorem. And that's 25 science. Space near, we'll be able to do that space high. And we'll also be able to do that on moon. Space near and space high. Okay, get down there, Bob. And aboard. Okay. Alright, what do we got here? 4 minutes to our burn. It's a 45-second burn. Sounds good to me. Yeah, I'll do that next time, John. John's pointing out something. If you turn off his SAS before doing the experiment, it's kind of fun. Make sure to do it. We'll do that next. But right now, we got ourselves a burn. Yeah, no lights. See, all this stuff I forgot. There we go. Engine plates. What do they come with? They're one of the DLCs, the engine plate that allowed me to put that on there. Really should have to be DLC, but those are pretty handy, as you can see right here with my double terriers and being able to put the nice cowling over them. Okay, just trying to keep it on the maneuver node. Alright, let's watch this from the moon. See it coming. Just do this nice and slow. We should be able to get some EVAs over some more biomes while we're out here too. Okay, so back onto here. Point it up. North is always up, by the way, for those people that don't know. So if you put it on the orange north side line, you'll always be pointing up. Okay. Let's get up to high space, and we'll do another one of those EVA experiment thingies. High space is 250. There we go. Let's get into the sunshine too. There we go. No limit to how many of these you can do, which is nice. So if I turn off his RCS, and I don't think the SAS, but turn off the RCS and then just do the perform EVA science when he goes to spin the bolt. You know, physics is in play here. Okay, where's our science? 37.5 science there. Okay, Bob. Oh, I guess I got to put your RCS back on. Get you back home. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. You've gone crazy there, Bob. Just too much of a hurry. Alright, board. Yeah, nothing left to do. Just get our... Oh, I guess we could do... What's here? Is it worth looking at? 1.8 science. Why do I scrounge every bit of science but throw money away? I don't know. Okay, last, can Bob reach down there? Collect. Store. Collect. Restore. Back up you go. Board. Okay, and solar panels. Get some nice exposure. There we go. All right, moon. Let's go, moon. So I'll do it from this way. It does slow down the time warp as you approach the moon's SOI. And then if you look for the Navball switch, you know that was the switch. Okay. We can do another. Well, we can do these. Conduct another one of these now that we're at the moon. 10.9 science, high over the moon. Observe the goo. 4.6. EVA Bob. We've already done an EVA report, so there's no sense in that one. Remove the data. Remove the data. Oh, I didn't reset it. And restore. And restore. And another one of our EVA experiments. Boop. Oh, I've done the EVA report, of course. The EVA science. That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. And how much is this going to get us? And this same experiment can be done on... That's 50. This same experiment can be done on the moon, too. Except he pulls out a golf club on the moon. But it's the same experiment kit. Board. I was missing the board button. Okay, so we got that. Okay, let's do our capture. It changed again a little bit, but 10.6 kilometers is fine. This should be around 280. So we'll see what we get. Once the app and pair start to move a little bit, you know you're close. Let's play with the timing. And for those people who never noticed, this is giving us what our predicted apoapsis and periapsis will be if this is on the maneuver, which is nice. 270.4, so plenty of delta V. A 12-second burn. Nah, we'll do that. Okay, so F5. Always F5 before I do some... Oh, we can just do this. Boink. Down we go. Stick that onto retrograde. Now I wish I did have some lights on this thing, but I don't because I didn't. And because it's a shortish burn at 12 seconds, I mean, one thing I could do is just bring down the thrust limiter to increase the length of the burn. And you can certainly burn a 12-second burn, but when it gets shorter like this, what I kind of like to do is I'll start the burn at 12 seconds before we get to this thing that says start burn in. I'll start it at 12 seconds before, and then I'll go at half throttle. And I find I just have better control. The cockpit lights, that's true. I could put on the cockpit lights. Okay, so go up to half throttle. And what I'm looking at more is this apoapsis periapsis business more than anything else. And start reducing the throttle here a bit. About 10 by 10. Close enough. Noticing, yeah, I'm noticing this one's starting to dip down. I'm just gonna leave it. It's good. It's ducky. It's fine. And put it here. Now, we caught a few. Oh, we got our Explore the Moon contract done. That's good. We still have to bring back some science. I should actually. Now, before we did EVA reports over Midlands, Highlands, Lowlands. Oh, there we go. That's Midlands again. Okay, so let's get back inside. We can still do this. Conduct a material study. A little bit more science. We can do this one. A little bit more science. Why don't we take a look at and do some Oh, I never brought an antenna. I can't transmit. Okay. I did not bring an antenna. This was such a slap-together build. Okay. Sometimes these darker craters, like this one, could... Oh, then again, it's been retextured. Let's get ourselves over that. Sometimes that's one of those there Munar craters. EVA, or what do you call them? Midland craters, or something like that. EVA report. Nope, just lowlands. Okay. Just looking for a new biome to get. And then we'll do the... Here we go. We got this guy coming up. Ooh, that might be... Let's do another one real quick. EVA. Nope, still Midlands. Okay. But what we'll do another one of those EVA experiments. Let's do it again with the RCS off. Perform EVA science. And how much is this one going to be for us? 75 science. Oh, the cockpit lights are on. Let's get back. Leaving wing nuts all over the place. Push the view button. Oh my gosh. So we're not going to be able to transmit science. We're going to have to wait till we bring it home because I neglected to put on an antenna. But I do see a biome coming up here. You can see it from here. There's definitely a crater-ish thing. I'm hoping I'm in it enough. Let's see. Oh, for goodness. That's the East Far Side Crater. I've already done that. I did that when we were here before. Okay, let's try if these might be something. He says dubiously. There we go. Midland craters. Hooray. So we'll board that. Now you can obviously get more biomes if you put yourself into a more inclined orbit than this. Oh, here's one here for sure. In fact, if you put yourself in a polar orbit, you can ultimately get all the biomes. But I'm honestly not that concerned about that. I'm just getting what I can. There's definitely something here. EVA report. There we go. 24 more science there. So we're doing pretty good. We're doing pretty good. Let's get these folks on their way back home. Here we go. This is what happens when I read the chat and go at the same time. Okay, so for those people that have never done this before, again, this is meant to be for newbies. This is our first orbit of the moon, and we want to get back to Kerbal. What's the best way to go about doing that? Well, imagine that you were like a craft in this moon orbit, right? You're going around Kerbal in this direction, and you need to lower your periapsis down into Kerbal's atmosphere. Let's get rid of all of these icons that we see. How would I go about doing that? Well, if I want to lower my orbit, I need to burn retrograde, and that will lower the orbit on the other side. So how do I go about doing that? Well, the moon is moving in its orbit in this direction from left to right in your screen, so that means I need to eject myself in a retrograde direction. That means I need to eject myself going this way, to the left. So how do I get myself ejecting to the left? Well, by putting a burn over this way to the right, so that I'll raise this part of my orbit about the moon, and this burn's going to be in and around 280, so I'm also just, you know, go like that. And the idea is just until this gets up to about 280. Usually it's a little less than that. 269, that's good. And you adjust the timing so that this ejection goes exactly in the direction you want, just sort of like that, and that brings your periapsis down. It's just really as simple as that. You can play around with the exact timing a little bit, get that periapsis as low as you can, up the timing a little bit there, go up by 2-second intervals. Oh no, oh, the periapsis is going up, so that means I went past the ideal spot. It's about the ideal spot. You don't have to be as picky with this as I am. I tend to be very picky about these kind of things, and I find a periapsis of around 35 kilometers works well. So again, I'm going to play with the timing a bit, get that periapsis as low as I can without adjusting the burn. That tells me I'm in the right spot as far as ejecting myself from the moon, and then play with the amount of the burn. There we go, 35 kilometers. That works super duper well. Okay, have I done any kind of mod review type series? No, I'm not. I've not ever done that. Every once in a while I think about doing something like that, but then I never do it. I don't know. I play with, so the answer is no. I talk about some mods as they come up, but that's about it. Okay, this is an 11-second burn, which is, oh, you know what? I think I'm gonna live with it. Yeah, I will. I was going to turn down the thrust limiter, but I got 2 engines. I don't like that. So, let's get to the burn. It's only in 5 minutes, so off we go. And put ourselves on the maneuver node. And because it is a pretty short burn at 11 seconds, what I'm going to do, instead of waiting for the time to get to 0, what I am going to do is wait for the time to get to the length of the burn, which is 11 seconds, and then I'll go to half throttle, and then the burn will get split on either side equally, but I don't like these really fast burns. I like to just do them as. And so I always get people that tell, how do you get this burn time indicator? I'll show that in just a little bit in case you're having trouble seeing where that's coming from, but we do have the burn coming up in just a few seconds here, so I should probably put my attention on that. So here we go, getting to 11 seconds before the start. We'll go to half throttle. I just find this, don't have to be full thrust all the time, you know? You can be relaxed. There's no rush. Okay, so as we get close to the end of this, I'm going to cut my throttle. And we're just going to get rid of the maneuver here. And all you got to do is put that on and just keep going until it says 35 kilometers. Thereabouts. There we go. 35.7 kilometers. Yes, I was going to talk about the burn time indicator that was around here. If you're not seeing that, go into your settings. And if you scroll down, it is right here, the extended burn indicator. You want to have that enabled. It's not enabled by default for some dumb reason. It should be. Same with advanced tweakables. When you start your game, make sure to put on advanced tweakables. That gives you more things that you can tweak. Why you wouldn't want that? I don't know. Again, it's something that's not on by default, but I think really should be. All right. All that's left. Wow, I have less delta V than I would have guessed. Only 80 meters per second left. But, thankfully, there's nothing left for us to do except for to enjoy the ride. So, let's go. Oh, there we go. Where's Kerbal in all of this? Oh, we're just, there we go. We just crossed out of the SOI, and let's get down to Kerbal. Whoa, don't go too fast. I like to watch my time to periapsis to kind of judge, because sometimes Kerbal can come up, it starts real slow, but then it can come up shockingly quickly. So I like to watch my time to apoapsis so I have a better idea of really when that's going to happen. Whoops, meant to shrink that window, and oh, I guess it doesn't shrink it much further. Okay. And I'll just get down close to the atmosphere, and we will stage and arrange this onto the retrograde vector, which is this away, and turn off SAS. I always like to put it on surface here, but I don't think it's really that important. I need to get the volumetric clouds mod. Okay, I'll look into that. I'll look into it. Oh, oh, explosions. I missed it. I'll just time warp down to the surface, and that should be it. And then we'll get going on our little probe. There should be a real crap ton of science associated with this too. Yeah, I mean, we can make KSP1 look pretty. We don't need KSP2. This stage of the game, really, KSP2 really isn't all that different from KSP1, except for, well, actually it's got quite a lot less, but like a sandbox KSP1 with, you know, looks different, but you can make this look pretty too. And more bugs. I shouldn't get too down. I shouldn't be down on KSP2. Or maybe I should. I don't know. Anyway. How many ablator do I have? I don't know. I just slapped on the heat shield. There's still... I had it at full at 500, so I lost like that much. I don't know. Maybe like a fifth of it. You can take off quite a bit of ablator if you want to save the weight. I typically don't. Almost. Oh, there goes our parachute. Well, thank you, Jay. I appreciate it. Yeah, the learning curve on KSP is pretty steep. There's kind of no way around. Well, there are. The game could do a little bit of hand-holding at the beginning. I mean, the biggest issue really is there's a couple of really major hurdles in KSP that are just not intuitive. And one of them is just getting into orbit. I don't know, I get into space and fall back down. What's wrong? It's hard to know what's going wrong. And the other thing is like rendezvousing. Getting two spacecraft that are in orbit to come close to each other. That is by no stretch of the imagination intuitive. Again, it's another thing. I've never seen any film really deal with it. Like, they just happen. They just kind of fly to the other ship and it seems to be fine, and it doesn't work that way. Anyway, I didn't even... what do I got? 369.5 science here. Let's get to sunrise.